AJ, did you surprise yourself at all out there tonight, being able to go 3 innings?
To be honest with you, yeah, I did surprise myself a little bit. Coming in the game, I just wanted to, just set the tone. Just wanted to attack one hitter at a time and not really worry about pitch count. Just come with them, be aggressive, come with them with attitude, and just hopefully get us off to a good start. And whenever Snicker comes and gets me, whether that's the second hitter or, the fifth inning or whatever it may be, I just want to go out there and just attack one hitter at a time.
Can you even remember the last time you pitched 3 innings?
I do, and that was my last start in college. And we were playing at Minute Maid Stadium down in Houston, where we just came from, and that was my last college game because I blew out. That's when I blew out my UCL and had Tommy John surgery. That was 2015, and so that was my last start.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zach.
Join Kurt Schilling, my friend, as the only pitchers in LCS history with 5 straight strikeouts. Was that your definition of the zone, and what was working?
Yeah, I just wanted to just establish my fastball. Sometimes I can get, cutter happy and throw too many cutters. And I finally realized, what makes my cutter and now my changeup so good is my fastball and establishing that. And that's what plays off that. So I really wanted to come into the game as the first inning. I just wanted to, here's my fastball, and here it is.
Go to you, Bo.
AJ, you've been good all year, but we saw some of the same swing and miss stuff that we saw in 2017 and 18. Is that kind of the explanation you just gave? Was just that relying on that fastball or trusting it a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. Going back to last year, obviously had the car accident, and that getting off to that first start of the month, I didn't feel strong in my shoulder, and therefore, you lose confidence. You lose confidence in your stuff, and then you feel like you have to be perfect, and it just kind of went into the downward spiral last year for me, and it was good for me. Went through a lot of tough times mentally and physically, and I just wanted to come in this year. I worked on getting my shoulder, obviously, making sure it feels good. And once, this season, obviously getting a second start with COVID-19 and going back home during quarantine, and I just had an extra time to, prep my craft. And, I talked about it earlier with Josh Tomlin and him really teaching me how to, be a pitcher instead of a thrower. And obviously, I felt like it worked out good for me, man.
When you are in a zone or a groove or whatever like you are tonight, did you walk off that mound realizing you struck out 7 of the 10 batters you faced?
Not at all, honestly. I just, once I got through that first inning, I kind of peeked down towards Kranitz and Snicker, and I'm going back out for the second one. And then sure enough, I did. And then same thing going into the third inning. I wasn't sure, how long they were going to leave me in there. But, I'm just glad that I was able to, go as deep as I did and help out this bullpen as much as I could and not blow too many arms a day.
And when you woke up today was when you found out that you were starting?
Yeah, Snicker called me around 10:30 this morning and just told me that, you're going to be an opener today. Don't know how long you're going to go. Just go out there and, get us off rolling that first inning. And that was my goal, is just to set the tone in that first inning and, get this team going.
Back to you, Zach.
And said you're obviously gassed and can't go tomorrow, AJ. But if there is a Game 7, could you go?
Oh, absolutely. It's all surprised how good I felt after that third inning and how good I feel right now. But we'll see tomorrow how I feel. Obviously, I'm a competitor, so I want to be ready to pitch tomorrow if I can. But I'll definitely be ready for Game 7.
Go ahead, Alex.
So Tomlin's a guy who's been teaching you kind of how to pitch more so than the thrower. Can you kind of go into that a little bit? Just kind of how have you been working together?
Yeah, so we're obviously from our same hometown here in Texas, and we grew up watching him. He obviously pitched in the World Series, and during the offseason we work out together. And during quarantine, when we got sent home, we played catch every single day. We didn't stop. I would go to his house and long toss, and we would throw bullpens together. And just watching him throw bullpens and asking him questions, really developed. I felt like my changeup came along a long ways from last year into this year, and just learning when to throw it, how to read hitters, just keeping them off balance. And I was a guy that was fastball cutter, just power arm, here it is. And I learned how to throw to both sides of the plate. And that is, that's pretty much.
Go ahead, Tim.
AJ, before the phone call this morning, had you gotten any indication you might start? They were considering it or anything?
No, not at all. I didn't feel like, I had no idea, honestly. I wasn't even my first thought waking up this morning. And obviously Snit did call me, and obviously called my parents. They live here in Texas, so made sure they came to the game and watched.
So was it shocking when you got that call? I mean, were you?
Yes and no, because I came to Snit, earlier this year, and I told him, hey, when we were struggling with starting pitching, I told him, Snit, I mean, if you need me to open up a game and give you 2 or 3 innings, I can do it. And who knows, maybe you can even stretch me out and see what happens. So I was definitely on board with it all year, especially today. I was pretty excited just to go out there and get to experience, starting. And who knows, maybe it could be something in the future.
Is it something you think you might want as a future, or are you committed to being a reliever?
I mean, I'm a competitor. Like I said, I want the ball in my hand as much as possible. I want the ball in my hand when the game's on the line. So is whatever I can make an impact for the team, I'm willing to do. Of course, I want to, I don't want to settle just being a middle relief guy. Anyone wants to be the closer or a starting pitcher. So with that being said, we'll see how it goes this year. And then if something gets brought up in the offseason, we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zach.
What's the adrenaline knowing you're going to start as opposed to getting the call in the pen? How's it different?
It was different. I didn't really know what to do today when I got to the field. It was a new experience for me. Obviously decided just kind of keep it as normal as possible, just as a reliever. Usually I go outside and long toss every single day around 3 o'clock when we get to the field. But I decided to wait till closer 30 minutes before game time, went outside, long toss, came in through a flat ground, and then I went to the bullpen, threw my 10, 12 pitches just like I regular would coming out of the bullpen. And I waited as close as I could to game time. And about 3 minutes to spare, grabbed a drink in the dugout and went out and took them out.
All right. With that, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for your time, AJ.
Appreciate it.